BTEC students are still waiting for their grade results after they were delayed due to processing issues. Does anything work in this country anymore? This could be devastating for some students who are hoping to go to university, as the delayed results could mean that other students get places ahead of them. But is not going to university really the worst thing in the world that can happen to an ambitious young person? Well, joining me now is James Uffindell, CEO of Bright Network. This is an organisation that helps young people develop key career skills whilst connecting them to internships and careers at more than 300 firms. Good morning to you.
Morning, Ben.
Good morning, James. So have we got ourselves into a bit of a cultural mix-up here, where we always presume that going to university is absolutely the gold standard to which people should strive for, rather than opening our minds to the alternative?
So first and foremost, congratulations to all the GCSE students who've got their results today. Absolutely fantastic news. I think you're spot on and 100% right. Research shows that 30 to 60% of graduates are in jobs that don't actually require a degree. And on top of that, we've got a huge skills crisis, and on top of that, obviously going to university involves racking up an average of about £50,000 worth of debt. So in a nutshell, I think you're spot on, and the UK has a lot of work to do if we're to fulfil our potential in a competitive global economy, and really make sure that the incredible talent we've got in the country really does fulfil its potential, both for itself and for the country as a whole.
Because it wasn't always this way, James, of course. When did we start becoming obsessed with getting more people into universities rather than vocational studies or apprenticeships? Am I right in saying it was under Tony Blair, really, that massive push happened?
You're absolutely right. It was under New Labour. So back in 1979, roughly about only a third of people were kind of going to university, and then kind of New Labour set this kind of rather, you could argue, slightly kind of ambiguous, kind of bizarre target of half of all people should go to university. So absolutely right. It was a New Labour policy. And it drove a huge expansion of higher education. And in today's kind of modern economy, it's really exciting now to see the increased rise of apprenticeships. We've obviously this year had the first year of students doing levels, which are a new qualification, and we've had about 1,000 of those this year doing that, where students spend 45 days working at employers rather than doing A levels. And also those T levels are designed by employers. And everything suggests that we need more exposure to the world of work for our young people. We've got a huge crisis in the country. The digital skills economy, the digital skills shortage is projected to cost the UK economy about 180 billion over the next 10 years. So that's a huge cost. 180 billion pounds over the next 10 years.
Okay.
And we've got a position where 70% of graduates that haven't got the right digital skills to enter work.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, James, especially as I have an 18-year-old and I'd love your advice on apprenticeships. But if anybody wants to know more, do look up Bright Network to find out a little bit more about what James does.